Good morning class. Today we will discuss about commercial cells. Okay. So for this, what are commercial cells? It is simply which are used as commercial level, or we can say that a battery is an arrangement of two or more galvanic cells connected in series. That is what called the commercial cells. So students, commercial cell or battery should have following requirement. Firstly, let's talk about what are the requirement which a commercial cell have. After this, we will study briefly that what are the types of commercial cell, and under types what about which commercial cells we have to study. So talking about its requirement, so it should be light in weight and compact in size. We all know this because its weight should be light and it should be in compact size. Okay, and its voltage should not vary during the use. During the use, its voltage should not be varied, and also remember it should have a long life. Whatever product we just keep buying, we try to assure that it have a long life. Okay, so this is also in the case of commercial cells. Now students, let's talk about what basically commercial cell is, or under which heading we will discuss about these commercial cells. So let us start. Here you can see that batteries, or you can say the commercial cells, are basically of two types. It may be primary cells or it may be secondary cells. So under these category we have to study this topic. Student, this is very important because in 2018 it has been asked. Okay, so it is very important from the board point of view. So now let us see what is primary cell and what is secondary cell. Talking about primary cell, these are the cells, okay, that when one exhausted cannot be used again. What I mean to say, it is simply these cannot be recharged. Once it is used or exhausted, it cannot be used again. Its examples are like dry cell, like mercury cell. Its examples are what? Dry cell, and what we can say, it may be mercury cell. Okay, and talking about secondary cell, so secondary cell are the cells which are rechargeable cells, okay, which can be used again and again. Their examples are nickel, cadmium shell, and the very important which we study, that is the lead storage battery. Okay, because in exams it is asked. So student, as in 18 it was directly asked that what are primary and secondary cell, write 2 point of distinction between primary and secondary cell. Okay, and in about 2014 and 15 and also in 18 it was asked that what are primary cells, write the reaction involved in anode and cathode. So for this we have to study it in deeper. Okay, so for this, if we will talk about primary cell, its example is what? Dry cell. Okay, so seeing dry cell, what you will see that it is consists of a hollow zinc cylinder, okay, which is filled with a paste of ammonium chloride and ZnCl2. Here you can see ammonium chloride and ZnCl2. Okay, so the zinc cylinder act as anode while cathode is a graphite rod. So this zinc cylinder is act as anode, or the cylinder is act as anode, and here you can see a graphite rod which act as cathode. Okay, so the carbon rod is surrounded by a black paste of magnesium oxide or carbon powder. Now students, what basically is happening here, the carbon rod, the dry cell are sealed with a wax or other material to protect moisture from evaporation. Okay, it is protected, it is simply sealed with wax so that the material should be protected from moisture and evaporation. Now what you have to basically remember in this, whether you are knowing anything or not, okay, you have to just basically remember what is the reactions taking place at anode and what are the reactions taking place at cathode. Okay, so as earlier also told, at anode what basically happens, oxidation take place, and we are assuming the zinc cylinder as the anode. So here what is the reaction taking place? Zinc is gaining 2 electron, okay, and it convert into Zn2+, that is here oxidation takes place. Now talking about the cathodic reaction, you can see here what is happening. MnO2, you should mention here basically what happens. This can be surrounded by a, you can say, MnO2. Let me write again, this can be surrounded by MnO2 plus carbon, okay, to protect it from moisture and further reaction. So here basically what is happening at the cathode, this MnO2, okay, it is gaining electron, or you can say that this ammonium is gaining electron and it is converting into NH3. Basic reaction that is taking place, that is MnO2 plus NH4 plus electron, and it converts into MnOOH plus NH3, okay. Now if you are able to write the overall cell reaction, then you can also write the overall cell reaction that can be given by here you have to just correct it. Here it will be 2 electrons, okay. Here this equation is not given correctly, just write it like this. Suppose 2NH4 plus 2MnO2 plus 2 electron, okay, and it will give Mn2O3 plus H2O plus NH3, okay. And from the anodic reaction, 2 electron will be cancelled. The overall cell reaction will be became, just write the overall cell reaction, it will become Zn plus 2NH4 plus 2 MnO2, okay, and then the reversible sign, it will be converting into Zn2+, okay, then Mn2O3 plus H2O plus 2NH3. So this will be the overall cell reaction, okay. If not necessary, you can skip this. Now students, sometimes you have to give its uses also. So these are generally used in torches, transistors, radios, calculators, tape recorders. So this is about the basic dry cell. Dry cell is simply what? As we are knowing what is primary cell, that it can once exhausted cannot be used. So similar is the dry cell, which if one exhausted then cannot be reused, okay. And its example are simply the torches, the transistors, radios and tape recorders. Now students, let's talk about the secondary cell. As earlier also we have said that these are rechargeable cell, okay, that they can be used again and again. Their examples are like nickel cadmium cell and lead storage battery. So for this you have to just see the example of lead storage battery, okay. Sometimes it is asked in exam. This is the lead storage battery, okay. Here what basically you are saying that here also we have to just focus on the anodic and cathodic reaction, but before that let us see the arrangements. So here the cathodes and anodes, talking about them, anode is the negative plate, okay, that is the lead grids, okay, and talking about the cathode, that is the positive plate, okay, here it is PbO2, this is coated with PbO2, and we are taking the solution that is dilute H2SO4, okay, and it is 38% by mass. Now the basic thing which we have to look is what is happening at anode and cathode. So at anode you are seeing that Pb plus SO4 minus is converting into PbSO4 plus 2 electron, okay, that is here oxidation is taking place. Now in the second, that is at cathode, what happens, PbO2, that is the coating, plus SO4 minus that is in the solution, ion in the solution, it simply loses, it gains 2 electron. Here it is losing 2 electron at anode, and here it is gaining 2 electron at cathode. Basic, you have to remember this. Now cancelling this, what happens? The overall cell reaction becomes Pb plus PbO2 plus 2SO4 minus minus plus 4H plus, and it gives PbSO4 plus 2H2O. Okay, so this is the very general. But what happened during recharging? Okay, this is at the time of use. Okay, when we use the lead storage battery, or you can say the secondary cells, this anodic and cathodic reaction take place. Okay, but after recharging, that is when it is somewhat, suppose that it is disturbed, and when we recharge it, okay, what then happens? You can see at negative electrode, you can see that is at anode, what will happen? The PbSO4, okay, it will, here you can see Pb plus SO4 minus minus. Okay, here you can see 2 electron. Now in case of positive electrode, you can see what is happening. Let me delete this. It is PbSO4 plus 2H2O, and it converts into PbO2 plus 4H plus SO4 minus minus plus 2 electron. Okay, positive electrode, okay, that is anode, and negative electrode, that is cathode. You can assume it with this electron also. Here what is basically happening? It is gaining 2 electron, and here what is basically happening? It is losing 2 electron. Okay, so now this will be the overall reaction. So this is about the lead storage battery and the dry cell. In exams, students, it is also asked that differentiate between them. So if it will be connected with describing primary and secondary cell, then you have to directly write 1 or 2 points, like primary cells cannot be recharged and secondary cell can be recharged on passing electric current, or you can say from external source it can be recharged, but primary cell cannot be recharged from external source or electric source. And talking about primary cell, so primary cell used only for a short period of time. Okay, and talking about secondary cells, so they can be work indefinitely. Okay, they can be work for a longer duration of time, as they are rechargeable again and again. They can be used again and again. So this is the example of the primary cell and the secondary cell. In our next lecture, we will discuss about fuel cells. It is very vibrant topic nowadays, the fuel cell. Just have an idea what is the fuel cell. So it is simply a cell which can convert energy of combustion of fossil fuels, like coal, gas, oil, directly into electrical energy, that is H2O2 fuel. And in this category we will study about H2O2 fuel, which is very important, okay, from economical point of aspect also. So this is all about today's lecture.